and welcome back to my channel and to another what I eat in a day video. Thank you so much for taking the time to log on and join me today for another fantastic day of food. So the kids have gone back to school today, which means my routine is back, and I love it when my routine is back because in the holidays I just get so out of sync. And I've also had a wisdom tooth removed, so you might notice that my jaw is slightly swollen, and it's just made my food choices a little bit more limited recently. Like, I've just been having really soft foods and it's feeling a lot better today, so I'm really excited to get back into the kitchen and back into my routine. So this morning it was a quick fix. I had porridge, which is pretty much my go-to on school mornings. I tend to branch out a little bit more of a weekend, but today I just had my autumnal porridge, which I will put in now just in case you guys haven't seen it, although I am sure that you have. But if you are new, this was my breakfast. It's delicious. I had it with walnuts and pralines and almonds and brown sugar. It was delicious, really hearty, really filling and really warming. So now it's time for lunch, and I've been working a lot this morning, so the fact that I have leftovers sat in the fridge really excites me. And I know I always say this, but is there anything better than leftovers? No. So I made a big pot of ragu sauce last night, a really hearty, really flavorful one, ton of garlic, ton of tomato, really delicious. And I bought some garlic bread balls from M&S that are incredible, so I'm thinking about having them with a scattering of cheese. Very nice quick working lunch for me. And then tonight we're going to be having a chicken casserole with mash and bread and lurpak. It's going to be amazing. Very excited to share it all with you today. So yeah, great day of comfort food, great day for batch cooking, great day for meal planning if you're cooking for yourself or if you're just cooking for a nice big bunch of people. These are all really ideal recipes. I will link each one in the description box down below, along with their smart point value. But I'm just going to get started. I will link everything that I'm wearing in the description box down below. This jumper is from ASOS, although I don't think it's their brand, but I'll link it. And then I'm wearing this beautiful shirt dress underneath because it's a little bit chilly today. And of course, my Ugg slippers, which are bog standard. My makeup is very minimal, owing to the fact that it's just a working day at home. But yes, I will link it all down below. But for now, a bowl of ragu sauce and garlic balls are calling to me, so let's go. So this is my nice big tub of ragu sauce. Once I've got myself a portion out, I'm actually going to freeze the rest of it because I only cooked it last night and we're not having this for dinner tonight, so I don't want it to go to waste. So I'm going to actually put this in the freezer. But first off, I'm going to get myself a nice big bowl. This ragu sauce, by the way, is a really low point value. I use a steak mince, a lean steak mince, and the rest of it is basically just tomatoes, parsley, rosemary, garlic, onion, mushroom. There's nothing in here that would require a lot of smart points to be deducted from your daily. So I would mark this down as 2 points for just the sauce, which is pretty incredible because it's a very hearty one indeed. And then these are the dough balls that I have from M&S. I think these are 4 points each, which is quite high, but to be honest with you, I'm just maintaining, so I'm not overly fussed about that. So I'm going to have 2 of those, but I'm just going to go get my app and double check. 50 grams is 8 points, and I'm going to track that, and that's 3, which is perfect. Lunch was delicious, and now, even though it's only been an hour since I last ate, it's time to start prepping for dinner. So as I mentioned, I'm going to be making a chicken casserole. You can do this in the slow cooker. If I was going to do this in the slow cooker, I would have had it in from about 8 AM this morning to really allow the flavours to infuse together and to create a really rich stock. But because I'm doing this on the hob and in the oven, I can afford to start it a little bit later. So as I mentioned, I'm going to be making a chicken casserole, and I have 2 types of chicken here. I have some on the bone chicken legs with thigh attached, and these are obviously with the skin, and I find that these just add a lot of flavour to the stock. It really is optional if you want to use this or you just want to use a skinless chicken breast alone, because of course this is free in point value, but I like to add a bit of both, this to bulk it up and this to add all the flavour and richness to the stock. But again, you can customise that to your liking. I'm going to also be using this casserole mix from Sainsbury's. You can make this up yourself. It's awfully time consuming and this tastes delicious. So if like today, like me, you're looking for something that's autumnal and a real quick fix, these are really ideal. But if not, they are easy to make for yourself. But yeah, this is lovely. So I'm going to be adding those. I have 2 because I'm planning to do a large quantity so I can freeze some. I have some good quality olive oil here. I have some salt and pepper, some chicken stock in a gel form, some garlic, some fresh parsley, fresh thyme, fresh rosemary, a lovely massive brown onion, and some gorgeous organic carrots as well. And what I'm going to start with is browning off this chicken. I'm not going to cook the chicken breast yet because that takes a far lesser time to cook. I'm going to start caramelizing and browning this chicken with the skin on. Then I'm going to remove it back to the bowl and then cook the onions and the rest of the veg in that residue and that oil, and then everything else will come together later on and it's going to be delicious, so I cannot wait. That, my friends, is going to cook low and slow in the oven at about 150 for a few hours. And all I have to do is go and get Layla, cut some bread, pop some Yorkshire pudding in, and I'll be a very happy girl later. So it's that time in the afternoon, guys. I'm just about to go and get Layla. It's actually going dark already. It's literally not even 3 o'clock yet and it's already going dark. So the lights are on, the big coat's on, the scarf is on, and I'm literally just about to nip out and get her. The house smells incredible. I cannot wait to go out and then come back in and that scent will just hit me. I can just smell the chicken bubbling away and the casserole, like the sauce in itself. It just smells so, so good. So normally I would take some fruit with me, but actually I'm feeling a bit like I want some chocolate when I get back. So I'm going to go out, get Layles, come back, make a coffee, and there is a dairy milk bar in that cupboard with my name on it, which I'm very excited about. So yeah, I'm going to go get Layles, come back and have a cheeky treat. So I've just got back from school and I'm just giving it a bit of a stir before I have my coffee. It smells absolutely incredible, and as my spoon comes into contact with the chicken it just breaks up, and that is such a good sign. Everything has become so tender and soft, and yeah, this is going to be absolutely delicious. But it's not finished just quite yet. I'm going to pop it in for another half an hour or so while I have my afternoon coffee and a bit of chocolate, but as you can see it's coming along very nicely indeed. Oh, I've kind of been obsessed with these recently. I'm contemplating buying an espresso machine, but to be honest, I don't know if they're worth the money for me when there's things like this on the market. I get these from places like B&M's and Home Bargains, and they are honestly delicious. It's a little sachet that you can get. They come in boxes like this. They also have the mocha, the regular latte, and another flavour over there. And you basically just mix these in with hot water. Now they are 4 points, 3 to 4 points per sachet. I don't point them because that's what my weeklies are for, but if you were trying to be accurate about things, they are 4 points a serving. But I think I'm going to have one of these now, so I'm just going to pop the kettle on. And the taste delicious. They go all frothy, just like they would if you'd got them out of the machine. I've just got it in this lovely Le Creuset mug, and honestly, I've been enjoying them so much. So I think the coffee machine is going to go on hold while I can get stuff like this, just because I'm the only one who drinks it, so it's hard to justify. But I'm going to have my coffee along with some dairy milk that I picked up yesterday when I went to Sainsbury's. All of the Christmas chocolate is back out, and I came across this, which is very indulgent, and it is the Dairy Milk Winter Wonderland. Now, I love white chocolate, but when you fuse it with dairy milk, that is just my ultimate dream. So I'm gonna have a bit of this, but I have a feeling I'll be dipping into weeklies today, just because I haven't even pointed my dinner yet, and I only have for the day, let me just have a quick peek, I think I have 13 left for the day. So if you wanted to be totally accurate about things, 4 of them would have been gone now with this coffee and whatever I weigh out, so definitely will be dipping into weeklies. So I've tracked my coffee just so it makes it easier for you guys that are tracking, but normally I wouldn't have done that, but I'm doing it just for points value sake, so you guys can see what I've used today, although again, I'm maintaining, so it's not too much of a big deal for me. But for this, it is 27 points per 100 grams, which obviously I'm not going to have anywhere near that. I literally just want the smallest amount to go with my coffee, but I am going to weigh it out just so you guys can see what the point value would equate to. So I have my WW scales here, and literally that is all I need for a little bit of chocolate with my coffee. I don't need much. So I'm going to weigh out 8 grams, which probably seems quite ridiculous, but that's all I want. I don't need much. So 8 grams is actually 2 points, which is perfect. So I'm going to point that now. So while I enjoy my coffee, I'm going to get on with my accompaniments. I picked up some Yorkshire pudding from Sainsbury's yesterday, which I thought Andrew might quite like and having some. I might have one. It depends on the point value, because I'd much rather have bread. But we will see. Those Yorkshire puddings are actually only 2 points for one, which I think is pretty incredible. So I'm definitely going to have one of those, which leaves me 5 points for the day for my casserole sauce, my chicken and the sauce, and obviously my bread as well. I'm going to mark my sauce down as 5 points because I'm having chicken with the skin on, a combination of that and the breast. So I'm going to call my casseroles 5 points, which takes me to my daily limit, which means whatever bread and Lurpak I have will be going into my weeklies. Again, I'm not being strict, but feel free to use your scanner and count things out accurately. If I was trying to lose weight, I would be much more strict and be much more sort of conscious of what I was eating, but I'm maintaining, so I'm not. But yeah, I'm going to mark my casserole down for 5 points, and if you were just using chicken breast, I would just mark it down as 3. And yeah, I'm going to have a really lovely big bowl of that, so I'm very excited. But for now, I'm going to go finish my coffee while the rest of the stuff cooks. So we've come to the end of another What I Eat. That casserole was so good. In fact, when Andy pulled up on the driveway, he said you could smell it from outside, and he was hoping that it was coming from this house, which is always really nice to hear. And the Yorkshire pudding was so lovely, and honestly, we really enjoyed it. So today I actually went over my dailies. I used 31 points, which is absolutely fine for me, especially considering the fact that I'm at least maintaining, if not trying to put a few pounds on, so I'm not too concerned about that. Again, if I was trying to lose weight, I would have been much more kind of accurate in regards to weighing and pointing and everything like that, but I'm much more flexible now. But for those of you that are pointing, of course those point values should help you along the way. So don't forget to check the description box down below for recipes, point values, but I'm going to go and enjoy my orange, and I'll see you in my next video.